So now we head for Edfu Temple in Edfu. Our method of transportation, horse and buggy.
We haven't tired horses this morning. Everybody's passing us up.
They said it was a race.
Strapping on it. Goes Goliath.
This is it, is it? This is it.
Is this it?
Okay, okay.
There's little kids. Kodak print? Slide full Kodak?
Two statues made of black basalt or gray basalt. They represent the god Horus, H-O-R-U-S, which is now today the symbol of Egypt Air. He was falcon, and he was the son of Isis. You might have heard the story in the Isis temple when she made love with her husband, but without 14 peace, and she got a baby. And she got 14. You can see here many pharaohs have took part in building that temple, like Dionysus, Owargetes, Imperius, Cleopatra. Because I'm telling you, the temple took 108 years to be finished, from 237 before Christ until 57 BC. It took 108 years. Here, for example, we see one of the pharaohs standing in front of the god Horus with pure Egyptian influence. He's standing with the left leg forward as usual, but here we see something else. Instead of the two hands are stitched on his side, one hand on his stitch and the other one on his belly. And usually above the head we should see only what? Headdress. But here you see the clock, how to say clock? The curly hair under, and even instead of the short skirt, we see it's another skirt with a shoulder figure, shoulder strip around the shoulder, which is mixture between the Greek style and the Egyptian style, which took place 300 before Christ. And he's standing in front of the god who is standing behind him and give him a shade and protection from the back. Surrounded with 16 pillars. This time the fort is surrounded by 32 pillars. If you look at the pillars, each one is different from the other, which assure again the same meaning of the garden. The temple was surrounded by beautiful garden, and all those flowers were painted originally. So when the king looks around him, he should see the beautiful garden which near his palace. The pharaohs wanted in the ancient times to unify between the Tibet.
If I die, I'll sue.
No, you will not. We'll involve you. See, don't make move for Don't care about her, she won't care about you.
That's right.
Yeah. Ignore her. So, what did I say?
The wood paradise.
Oh, there's something else or something.
Like the pillars.
It's the big one. It's the big one.
Just ignore her. Don't pay attention to her. She will, don't like her. So, what did I say?
Talking about divinity.
The pharaohs wanted to make their gods similar to the human being, that the normal people could understand how their gods behave. So, you could see, for example, a cartouche, and near the cartouche that word Sa, Ra, the son of the sun. But which man? Which man is the son of the sun? Who is standing here and two gods purifying him by the holy water above his head? Who is king? Nobody knows.
There is no king.
Yeah, no, there is, but the point is, building the temple took 180 years. So the artists did not know who is the future pharaoh. That's why they wrote the titles and the praise to the king and all the picture, but the name nobody knows. And sometimes they fill it, and sometimes it was left empty. You see in the very bottom ceremony. In this ceremony, we see the boat of the goddess Hathor. She is also very similar to Isis. She has a head of woman and two horns of cow. And above her head, you see the two antlers flying over to give her a shade. And the sun disk, the winged sun disks, or sun disk fly above her head. This is similar to our Nile cruise, our boat. Similar to our cruise, and also the goddess here has the same cruise, cobra snakes. Cobra, that's cobra snakes. You might also see here in the Egyptian cornice, you find that the sun disk with two cobra snakes. That's a protection of the temple, that respect the poison. You know that the poison of cobra, if you cut it to 500 pieces, it will kill 500 men. One spit is enough to kill 500 men of the cobra. So that's what the protection of the temple. The goddess is tied to the god Horus, the falcon-headed god with some ropes. As you see in the boat, there were no oars, no sails. This is a ceremony. It's not necessary that both of them they stay together in one boat, because both of them they have two boats and two separate temples, but they tie together, which is enough to connect between the two gods. Who will move the two boats? Nobody should disturb the god and the goddess. They were had tides and currents, and you cannot control them. And you don't have any oarsmen or sails. But if you look further, you can see the third one, which is a locomotive. You can see that they were tied to a third boat, and the third boat had a mast, a sail, and oarsmen. So the procession consisted of three boats. They having cruised down the Nile, consists of the god and the goddess, who nobody should disturb them, tied together to the locomotive, which is the third boat. There was a huge gate with two shutters, as you might see the two door hinges up there. 22 meters high, two shutters, and we stand only as close as the outer court. And we throw a look by our eyes to the king and hierarchy or the priests who followed him in the temple. So after he crossed the gate, which is so, you know what this gate means since 3,000 years? It means like skyscraper. Because don't you see even today, the house of today, with 1 or 2 floors, even today in the 20th century. So how was it since 2,300 years ago when you come, right? And the pictures on the left and right side is the same thing. The king standing in front of the god Horus, and we give him a glass of wine and give him in the middle. There are 6 figures. The one in the middle show you how the breast is so big and the belly is so wavy. This is Egyptian. This is the goddess Hathor, which was shown as in feminine body with 2 horns of cow above her head. I want you to look at her breast very well, because I'm going to show this goddess this afternoon, which was made 2,000 before Christ. So simple body. But this is the same Egyptian goddess which had been taken by the Greeks later on, and they developed her body and make it this integrating measurement. So all the pictures shows the devotion between the king and the gods. He gave him offerings that the gods will give him 2 symbols. Which symbols? Which one? Tree of life and what?
Oh.
No idea.
Staff.
No idea. Stick. Stick, huh?
Whatever you call it.
Stick. You see the king going to a higher place and darker place. That's the first hall with roof. So I see the king going to the shadow. And then I keep following him with my eyes, and I see him gets always higher, and in a darker hole, and higher until the body is the Holy Spirit, which is the darkest spot of the person. This is now lightning. Even if you don't see the light from outside, from outer court. So the meaning is, I follow the Pharaoh who was wearing gold and shining things. He appears gradually, step by step. First he gets higher and higher, as if he go up to the sky. 5 steps take him to the sky and to the unknown world, be unified with the other gods. This is the meaning of generally the temple. It's obscure, that you should not know what's going on inside. And from your dark spot, you can see the whole temple without being seen. So you are the God you can see without being seen. Yeah. Strong. Ribad. R, lips, ribad, R. A again is eagle. So the name of this queen is Cleopatra. The queen who built the temple, her name is Cleopatra, and she say, I'm the king of Upper and Lower Egypt. My name, her name is Cleopatra. So now we measure, we make the 4 corners of the temple. After that, the temple had been built stone above stone. You might see the white color paintings of the limestone, one above the other. The temple had been erected piece by piece. There's currently 2 temples as a worshipping place. But they could not worship God with such figures gazed at them, staring at them. That's why they had to destroy all the faces. Because for them, that was not history, that was paganism, symbols of paganism. You might see here in full details how the king followed by different gods and all the gods holding his hands. See the picture of the goddess Hathor once again? Huh? Look at her breast. Is there any woman has such big breast like that? Huh? So this is what I want you to see, that the Greeks took the Egyptian form and they developed it, they make it more exaggerating or more exciting or more sexy. Because Egyptian women, they never have done such big breast, back side, and such belly. That I'll deal with later this afternoon.
على حركة كيف ايه تعال تصوان انت احسن خلص هاي مع الروح هذا حاج عديل من العديل نعم هناك الزبانية جاد هناك محمد. كمان الخير احمد.